Deputy Governor of Kebbi. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Honorable distinguished gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, press, I want to use this opportunity to welcome you to the upgraded internet port of Birnin Kebbi. Honorable Minister, once again, this is an upgraded airport. Before it was an airstrip, now it's upgraded to an internet. And the airport has five lots. The first one is the apron and the runway on which we are here, awarded at a cost of 9.3 billion. Then the second one is the terminal building, which you can see right there on my right. It was awarded at the cost of 1.5 billion. Then the other end, we have the control tower, which was awarded at half a billion. Then the other are the other equipment. We have the communication equipment; those were awarded at a cost of 1 billion. Then there is the lighting, and that is the power, at a 1.3 billion. So in all, it's a project of about 13.3 billion awarded to different contractors. The work on the 13.3 billion, the runway, as you are seeing, has really progressed and work has reached over 60% completion. Then for the equipment, especially the communication equipment, have already been awarded, as I said, and they have been manufactured to the and customized to meet the standard of the airport. We have the navigation equipment, we have the communication equipment, we have the meteorological equipment, and other accessories. And then the control tower is part of the control tower, which I have already mentioned. And then we have the lighting, which was also awarded. So this equipment that I've said, we conducted an factory acceptance test in 4 countries and confirmed that all these equipment have been manufactured to our standard, to our test as specified in the contract term. And the countries are South Korea, Italy, Austria, and Germany. These equipments, we saw them in the presence of the officials, representative of the NGGTour, and we confirmed of their specifications. So I just want to use this opportunity to brief you on some of the equipments that we inspected in these countries. A runway that controls the clouds, the cloud house, and then we have the DOVR that controls the direction of the aircraft. And then this is the ILS that shows the final approach of the aircraft, and they are instrument landing system, and is used for the landing, and is already automated, which means even if the pilot is sleeping, by the grace of God, the plane will land. So in this is the Windshare LSWS, Windshare Alert System. So, and then we have this one is the glide slope for the ILS that shows that is the standard storm sensor, which has already been manufactured, and we all know its function. Yes, so that was why I was saying the equipment were manufactured to align with the weather and standard of this environment. But it's an international airport that meets the standard of any airport in the world. So, Honorable Minister, these are the few things I want to say about this airport. And as I said, this airport, by the grace of God, will be completed in August.
You are who?
I am Mohammed Bello Tuga, the Honorable Commissioner for Works and Transport.
Now, can I have the engineers here?
Yes, this is the coordinator of the project.
Engineer. Let's speak to us more technically now.
Okay, okay. The Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, sir, I'm a civil engineer. Okay. Engineer Abubakar Mohammed Lakingari. Yes, sir.
We have the
no, sir. We have the consultants with us. I mean the ones that in the analytical side.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So this is a layout, just a sketchy layout of the Birnin Kebbi, yes, airport, the runway. Now here we have the control tower that controls all the activities of the airport. Now here, this DVOR, this one, the one that is colored in red, the ILS, Instrument Landing System, the DVOR, yes, and the glide slope here, they control the navigation. Any aircraft coming in Birnin Kebbi Airport, they control the navigation of to the airport. Now this equipment is colored in green, light green. They control the weather. They are the weather. This RVR is the runway visibility range. It measures the the visibility at the airport. Yes. Then the ceilometer also is it measures the cloud's height. Sometimes you may have 2-3 layers for the airport. Then we have this one. We have also here the wind sensors that controls the air pressure, humidity, the rainfall, all these informations to be translated to the control tower. Then we have also this one in light blue. These ones, they are also the meteorological. They are wind. They are wind. They are wind sensors. Yes, they are low-level wind shear alert system. In case we have irregular winds at the airport, they alert the control tower so that he can communicate with the aircraft. So in a nutshell, these are the equipments to be the equipments to be installed at the Birnin Kebbi Airport. Then we have also the runway lightings that are not here. The runway lightings we have
fully lighted.
Yeah, fully lighted. We are going to have a category 2 lighting system that is found in Abuja. And but the technology is state of art, is much more than is better than most of the airports in this country. Yes, sir.
Now, can we speak to the Chinese contractor?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so you speak, tell us, anything more you want to tell us about the airport, what the work you are doing here?
Good Honorable Minister, welcome to Kebbi Airport. Actually, our company, we are awarding this project by last year, actually by July. But now, only 1 year, we already reached our achieve about 60 to 70% of the whole of the work. Actually, the period of the working period is about 24 months. But to now, only 1 year, we hope that by almost about 20 or 18 months, we can finish all of the work. We try to try our best and to make this work as an international standard. I try at what we can.
What's the name of your company?
CGC.
CGC.
It's Chinese drug company, CGC.
What it stands for? What the meaning? C stands for what?
Chinese Judges Company. That is Geoengineering. Yes, that's it. But by the Chinese government. The Chinese government.
China Geoengineering Company.
China Geoengineering Company. It's owned by the Chinese government?
Yes.
So
the company is still in Nigeria for long. We work for the water project and for irrigation project, for this airport, for civil works and buildings.
How many airports have you constructed around the world?
And actually, in Nigeria, actually to now we work almost 3.
airports?
Yes, 3 airports. But in the other countries, we do the other things. But for Nigeria, we just make the stunt.
Are you handling the...
Yeah, we are still handling this terminal building and the control tower.
And you believe by August this year you'll be through?
Yes.
We can fly and land here?
Yes.
August? We can land here?
That is end of August. We try. Now we are...
Why we are saying it should be completed by August is that we are having Centenary Fishing Festival in Arugungu. We want the president to open this airport and use it in November. And we want our pilgrims to use this airport around October, November. So that is why we gave them, and we have paid almost about 70% of the amount of the contract. And even if they want their money today, we can give them the remaining amount.
So they have no reason to delay?
Yes, we have no reason to delay.
No contract extension or evaluation?
No problem, we try our best.
Now, Your Excellency, I don't know whether I should ask you or them. Do you have the approvals of the Nigerian Aviation Authority? Yeah. For this airport, this location, this runway, this alignment,
yes,
everything.
Honorable Minister.
Part of this work, supervising what you are doing.
Yes, Honorable Minister, before the project started, His Excellency the Executive Governor wrote a letter to the Minister of Aviation seeking for approval. And it was on the basis of that approval then we initiated the consultants to do the design. So all the designs that were made were sent to the Minister of Aviation, and they came here and inspected. And currently, even the quite 2 or 3 weeks ago, or month ago, 2 months ago, the officials of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority were here in Kebbi, and they inspected. So it's a continuous, and we are working, we are liaising with them.
They approved the location, the alignment of the runway.
Everything we are doing was with their approval. And then when they made specifications, we comply with the specification. For example, we intended to have asphalt at the landing side of where the plane will turn, but later they changed it to concrete. So we are now reviewing it in that direction. So, and then there are some additional equipment that they requested, which His Excellency has already approved for the installation of such equipment.
I was just telling the minister that they gave us the last bill not up to 3 weeks ago on meteorological equipment, about 100 million, and we have complied with the directives.
Yes, Your Excellency, these meteorological, they already exist on one side, but just to make it standard, then they requested for the other side. But even if you have one side, there is no problem. That was what was in the bill which they have approved. But it was later they felt let it be on both sides, and which, as His Excellency said, he had already approved. So we have ordered for such equipment.
Now, is this runway aligned with the Sokoto airport? Do you have an alignment?
Yes, sir. The alignment of this runway is different from that of Sokoto. It's lying on 0624. Okay. The Sokoto is lying on 0822. Yes. So, and because it's an existing airport, this one is an existing airstrip. So the approvals for the orientation has already been granted since. So it's the expansion, while expanding, the issue of orientation has already been covered already.
What is the length of the runway? What categories of aircraft will land here?
Okay, this airport is category D. That is the critical aircraft for this airport is Boeing 747-400 series.
Can land here.
Can land here. That is the critical. That is the maximum aircraft that is considered for this. For this one, anything length.
Yeah, what is the length of the runway?
The length of the runway is 3.2 kilometers, and we have the turning strips 100 by 100 turning.
100 meters?
100 meters. Sorry, 100 meters. Yes, around 3.4. Yeah, the effective length. Yes, and the width is 60 meters. The width of the runway is 60 meters.
The side lane that the planes can follow and leave the runway.
Yeah, we have entrance and exit taxiways that goes to the apron. which are about here where we are standing here. One is there, one is here. Then we have the apron that can accommodate these 3 to 4 aircrafts. These 7 aircrafts.
Question, gentlemen.
Gentlemen, my name is Aidogie Paulinus from the Sun newspapers. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor, taking a look at your state, one would agree with me that we need industries here. Don't you think it will be better to put the money you are spending in siting this airport into maybe siting industries in this state? My 2 questions are, why your decision to establish this airport? Then secondly, how are you going to sustain it? Or maybe the incoming administration, how are they going to sustain this airport? Is your state viable enough to sustain it?
Let me start by, maybe because I didn't show you how many industries the government has established. That's why he's giving me these questions. We have about 4 industries that we have given to the elders committee of this state to give, to reinvest to the local community in Jega and Birnin Kebbi, anybody who wants to take them. We have established the neem tree factory in conjunction with federal government during Obasanjo's regime. We have a melamine factory. We have a transformer factory. We have a cement. We are on the cement factory. So we have at least 4 established by both the previous government and this government. It is not that we are not also trying to establish industries. Secondly, the viability of this airport is not in question. If we are going to export agri products, we have to have our own airport because they are perishable. And this is why we thought we should be forward-looking. That whatever you're going to do, when you look backward, you will never achieve anything. You should be forward-looking. Sokoto is about 1.5 hours from here. And it's the only airport within the radius of about 600 kilometers. The next airport that we have is in Mina. The next one is in Katsina and Kaduna. So even in emergency situation, you don't have second airport in this locality. And this is why we sought locating this airport here, and building this airport is the right thing to do. And anybody who is saying, how do we maintain or sustain this project? If we can build it, I'm sure we can sustain it. And the airport can even sustain itself because it's a revenue earning venture. And for sure, we pray we have good government in Kebbi at any given time to maintain and continue with this project. Thank you very much.
National Coordinator of the Empowerment for Unemployed Youth Initiative. We've been to quite a number of projects, and representing the unemployed youths, I'd like to know how many jobs or how much jobs have these projects generated and the potentials to generate more jobs. That's 1. 2, considering your determination to seriously develop this state, we'd like to know, we have also seen, by my observation, that there are vast potentials in the agricultural sector for the youth. And if there could be a balance, seeing that this state has a comparative advantage in agriculture, and equally you are doing your bit very well, is the state open to youth from other regions to come in here and equally invest and stay and be employed? Thank you very much, sir.
Employment and investment. We are looking for investment from anywhere. That is why I said most of these projects are futuristic. Before we embark on this tour, I said the critical infrastructure for any development is infrastructure. And that is what this government is doing. We are providing the basic infrastructure for development. Be it roads, airports, maybe railway later. And we have started waterways. We are importing about 8 boats that will fly the river Niger from Kainji up to Lolo or Benin Republic. We are open to all options. and we will explore all options between now and 2015. That is the time that I'm leaving. The person that is coming will be driven with what is on the ground, no matter what he has done. And the Kebbi society has opened up, and everybody knows it's right. Nobody will come here and close our eyes. The eyes now are open. We know how much money we earn. We know how much we are spending. And anybody who is corrupt and he comes to Kebbi, he may likely find himself in real trouble. And for employment, I was telling the minister, we had a compendium of all the unemployed in Kebbi State. We have about 6,000 something graduates. We intend to employ everybody, all of them. And this airport is going to generate a lot of employment. We are bringing in NACO to come and handle the airport. I'm sure cargo, it will be a cargo terminal also. So the multiplier effects will be so much that I'm sure it will help the state to grow more. Thank you very much. And I was telling you people, our Shopee allocation given to us by the federal government is intact. Not kobo has been touched, which we have already told you, I think 3 days ago. We'll use this Shopee money for employment, for tree planting, afforestation, then for sanitation and agriculture, so that our youth will be employed, and teaching jobs. We have primary schools and secondary schools that will employ nothing less than 3,000 to 5,000 graduates. So all the schools that we have done, that is why we surveyed all the graduates that are not employed, so that these schools will be open and fully open with all the requisite teaching staff.
Yes, last.
Also, I was saying most of the blueprints for these developments were developed by our own illustrious sons. I told you Professor Jega was the one who gave us the blueprint for education. He's not the only one. We had Professor Kaoji, the former Minister of Technology, Science and Technology. We had Professor Bande, who is in NIPS. We have Professor Abdullah Zuru, who is the Vice Chancellor of Aliru University, where we'll go today, inshallah. So many of them. Professor Yuti Kalgo, all of them. Then that of Agric, the same thing. That of health, I said Professor Hamidu Ahmed, with so many other professors. Then the economic team was made of all our boys in Central Bank, other banks, people like Farouk Bello and others. So they are really involved in all this development. And this is why mostly you don't hear criticism from Kebbi. Except politicians may be criticizing most of these things, but not our own people. Thank you.
Well, Your Excellency, the Governor of Kebbi State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, I know that many tourists come here yearly. And so you need an airport for these tourists to come with minimal difficulties. In addition to this, there are things you are doing for the future, not just today. So I was asking the critical questions about this airport to make sure that when we finish this airport, it will be standard, and it will be an airport that will serve Nigeria and ensure safety of air travelers. And it appears that all these questions have been answered in the affirmative. We also will urge the contractors to live up to their promise, especially now that they have no problem of payment. So we hope that by the time we come back here, we'll be landing here, not in Sokoto. That means that a lot of progress. With the things we saw on the rice farms, it appears to me that there is a potential, it's a strong potential. Working on this potential is important for development. Thank you very much.